Kanchenjunga Peak is the third highest mountain in the world and was featured on the old Indian 100 rupee banknote. You can see this breathtaking view from the Goechala Pass. Goechala Trek, West Sikkim, gives those aspiring to scale/view Kanchenjunga a chance to view it up close. The trekking trail is one of the greenest regions in the world, where you can watch some amazing sunrises and sunsets, and be surrounded by 16 high peaks offering a panoramic view of the mighty Himalayan ranges. The route covers pristine forests, rivers, meadows, yak tracks, rhododendrons, etc. It truly is an out-of-the-world experience and is sure to leave you mesmerized. On day 1, from New Jalpaiguri to Yuksam, the travel time is 6 to 8 hours am. You reach altitude of 5,643 feet. The Goechala hike begins at Yuksam, West Sikkim's largest settlement. Before you begin hiking in Yuksam, there are two things you must do. Get the permits with your photo identity card and you must pay the fees associated with your forest checkpoint permission. On day 2, after 2.5 hours of moderate ascent, the trail becomes steeper as it approaches Sachen. You're already at 7,100 feet, and it'll only take you few minutes to go to Sachen's lodge. Sachen, located at 7,200 feet, is a small prairie with a single log home and a little pond. On day 3, the trail quickly ascends to the ridge and then continues for another half hour till you reach Bakhim. It takes an hour to get to Bakhim. Some hikers prefer to stop at Bakhim's forest rest house just to admire the beauty of the Yuksam Valley. Bakhim has an excellent tea shop where the proprietor also sells munchies. The trail climbs steep and switchbacks with views of Bakhim before diving over a crest and emerging on the other side of the hill 40 minutes later. On day 4, the area is densely forested with red rhododendron plants. The rhododendron trees let in a weird mist from time to time. The rhododendron belt extends from Tshoka to Dzongri in Padang area. Rhododendron is an extremely rare flower. Particularly at Goechala, you can find a rare kind of dwarf rhododendron. This stretch is unique because it has a man-made wooden trail that winds through a rhododendron woodland. You get a different colored rhododendron flower at each detour. The rhododendron belt is a length of land in Padang area that runs from Tshoka to Dzongri. The dwarf rhododendron, a rare species, grows abundantly in Goechala. This section is noteworthy because it features a constructed wooden trail that winds through a rhododendron woodland. Each deviation grants you a different colored rhododendron flower. The trail is mostly undulating, with the first traces of snow along the dwarf rhododendron roots that surround you. On the 5th day, Dzongri to Dzongri top. The day begins with a walk to the top of Dzongri. Dzongri summit, at 13,778 feet, is the highest point from which a 180-degree view of the Singalila and Kanchenjunga ranges can be seen. The Dzongri peak is a two-hill ascent from the Dzongri hiker's hut. It takes roughly 45 minutes to walk from Dzongri to Dzongri peak. As you ascend higher, the peaks of the Singalila range open up, and Kanchenjunga and its neighbors appear just before the top bend. It takes 20 minutes to retrace your steps back to Dzongri. On our 6th day, in Kockchurang, there is a trekker's lodge, but no real place to pitch a tent. The trekker lodge is about 50 meters from the Kockchurang river. 4 to 5 tents can be pitched at the river's edge among the boulders. Expect mist to hang over the river in the evening, covering the tents and drowning out the sound of the rushing river below, making for a memorable camping experience. The trekker hut at Kockchurang includes 2 large halls on either side that can accommodate 10 to 12 trekkers each, as well as a central hall that may be used as a kitchen. Spend some time on the bridge, taking in the sights and breathing in the cool river breeze. A dilapidated trekker hut stands at the entrance to the flat meadow. On day 7, the trek includes steep ascents and difficult turns, but the scenery along the way is well worth the effort. You reach an altitude of 13,650 feet. It could take up to 3 to 4 hours. You can eat a prepared meal at the campsite. Day 8. If you go on a longer hike, you could spend an hour at Samiti Lake. If it's windy, the lake will have waves. Relax by taking a walk around the lake and listening to the calm waves. Finally, you'll have time to visit Viewpoint 1 before returning to Samiti by 8 am. The first leads to Samiti Lake, while the second leads to Viewpoint 1. Day 9. This is one of the most difficult treks between two well-known campgrounds since Phidang is 10 kilometers away. Phidang is around 4 hours away. The trail follows the entire length of the mountain's flank, connecting one mountain to the next at a constant elevation of 12,000 feet. Retrace your steps from Phidang to Tshoka by descending the route. Day 10. Retrace your steps back to Yuksam from Tshoka. Sachen established itself early as a pure descendant. The trail from Sachen ascends and dips, gradually diminishing its elevation. In the final stretch, there are a few short and sweet hills, but they're short and sweet, and you'll be back in the friendly Yuksam neighborhood in no time. Day 11. Yuksam to NJP on Day 10. Depart Yuksam early in the morning and arrive in NJP between 4 and 5 pm. Ensure you have booked your return flight/train as per you reaching Siluguri.